Hi guys, assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel. I'm Shalza, you may know me as Brown Girl Does Makeup. Thank you for clicking my video. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it if you would subscribe and give my videos a thumbs up and comment down below, do all those lovely things. It really does help me out. So today I'm finally talking about my project pan after 6 months of putting it out there and saying what I was going to do. I just haven't had a chance to film much and do much apart from doing the shorts, because shorts are easier to film and more exciting, I guess. I think they're, because of it, for me they're more exciting because they are new stuff. But stuff I film in shorts are all new. It's not anything old that I have in my collection. So when I film shorts, I feel more excited to film shorts because it's all brand new stuff. And you can see how much brand new stuff I've got with all my unboxings and what have you. I haven't even got round to swatching some of the things that I've gotten that I posted about unboxing of like a few weeks ago or whatever. And yes, it's a lot. I have a problem. That's a completely different video in itself. But here's my project pan, and I'm quite sad to say that I'm not going to bother with project pan this year. I think I've just gotten in a place where it's quite difficult for me to do makeup, and I need to find a way to be able to do my makeup where it's convenient, not like in terms of like it's right in front of me and I have time to do it, because I'm someone who likes to take my time a little bit when I do my makeup, and it's a bit of me time. But with two little kids, it's been a bit difficult doing that and finding time to do that. And it's my fault too, because I'm not waking up early. Like I see all these TikToks about people saying, wake up at 5:30, get yourself dressed and put your face on, and you know, to make yourself feel like you. But well, she's now 5 months, waking up in the beginning, waking up every hour, and then now she's waking up a bit less, but it's still a lot. And then I still have my daughter who's still very clingy. She's still adjusting to having a little sister, and she is getting better, much better, but she still kind of wakes up at night as well, and she's not really transitioning into her own bed properly. So especially now that baby's here, so that's kind of like been an issue with sleep. Like I'm so sleep deprived, it's unbelievable. And as I do get to myself, I just kind of like binge watch things that I don't get a chance to watch because I'm just too busy. Let's get back into the actual video where I talk about my stuff. I have opened up a few new products. Well, I've opened up a lot of new products, but in terms of the project pan, I opened up a few new products that I wanted to replace stuff with. So like my Give Me Brow in number 6, I've had this for so long and it's still going strong, but I feel like I've had it for way too long, so I wanted to do that. And then I replaced it with the ELF Brow Wow. I should have actually replaced it with the Huda Beauty one that I have that's opened already, but for some reason I opened this one and just wanted to use that. And then my mascara I was using was the Charlotte Tilbury one, and this did nothing for my lashes. It literally does nothing whatsoever, and it's brand new, never opened. I have had it for I would say a couple of years in my stash, but I haven't opened it at all, and it just does nothing. I really don't like that this mascara. And as you can see, I kept this packaging thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna like talk about it, and I've had this packaging for like 3 months since it's been open and never talked about it. So I replaced it with the Milani Anti-Gravity mascara, and again this doesn't wow me. Like, I don't know what's going on with mascaras and me. Last year I literally used nearly all the mascaras I have in my stash, and I've got like, I had this Charlotte Tilbury one, this one, I've got a Pat McGrath one, and I think I bought a Beauty Bay one, and I replaced my Huda one, as well as Makeup Revolution Rat Lash I've just recently tried. But I feel like all the mascaras I'm using are just okay. None of them are like any good. Like the Pat McGrath one and the Huda Beauty one I know worked, and I think I'm going to open the Pat McGrath one soon, because this isn't working. And the Makeup Revolution Wrap Lash one is good, it coats lashes well, but it's a tubing mascara, so for me it doesn't really do the fluffiness that I want. I like the fluttery, fluffy, full lashes, almost like I've got false lashes type of vibe, but it's not doing that for me. It's just coating my lashes really well, but then it looks sparse because there's no fluffiness to it. Whereas the Pat McGrath one and my Huda Beauty one does do that. So I might just open the Pat McGrath one because I've had that for a bit longer. But again, I'm not really using makeup, so I don't really want to open it. But then I don't know if it just stays in its packaging for a long length of time. It's just going to get ruined and it's not going to work either. So I don't know. I'm conflicted. Help. Send help. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep this one still and try and make this work when I do wear makeup. So I still have some setting spray left. I think I've got about that much left, and I think I'm just gonna naturally use this. I wasn't really monitoring it anyway, I was just naturally using it. In terms of everything else, I think I'm just gonna keep everything as is and put it back in my stash. This is an empty. I actually used the Pat McGrath primer up. This is the old packaging. She's got it in a new packaging, the tubey ones. This one's the airtight pump, I think it is, which in a way is better than a tube because it gets out all the product, whereas a tube there's always like product left in there. So sometimes I think these ones are better, but I don't. But yeah, that's an empty. Let me put empties on this side. Everything else in the basket is gonna go back in my stash. Like, I was contemplating whether I should get rid of my Natasha Denona palette. I did make quite a good dent in it. You can see there's pan in the highlighter, which I'm very proud of because I don't think I ever have had pan in a highlighter before. But again, I was like, yes, I've hit pan, should I get rid of it? But I can still use it. And this is the thing, I can use all my makeup and I just keep buying more. I have a real problem. I think I need to sit down and do a get rid of me and have a conversation about my problems. I'm just going to put it back in my stash, even though I don't support her anymore. Might potentially get rid of this. I have gotten rid of everything I own of hers except for the highlighter. Not just because I don't support Rare Beauty anymore, but because I didn't like any of it. I didn't like any of it. The only thing I like is the highlighter. And I only kept this because I was like, I need to use something of hers. I tried using the brightening concealer and I did use a good amount of it and I just didn't like it. The powder I decluttered last year. It was darkening every single foundation I had, and I still have the blush, which is in here. This is a mini, so I'll keep that. I have the highlighter, like I mentioned. But I just don't like this. This is supposed to be for my skin tone, but it again makes everything super dark. And I don't know, it just doesn't sit right on my skin. Like, I feel like Rare Beauty is one of those brands where people have overly hyped everything from the product because of the person who represents the brand, not because of the actual formulas, but because of the person. And it's really frustrating because I feel like I fell into that hype where I wanted to try everything, and then as soon as I bought stuff, obviously we found out, you know, everything, like who she supports and stuff, and it's like, oh, and you know, I've had this for years, and again, I know I shouldn't keep it, I should just sort of declutter it, but it still works fine. And to be honest, it's one of those colors that is actually really good color for me. Not right now, because I think I've gotten a bit of a tan on my face where I've been going out with no makeup, and obviously the sun's been really strong lately, so my face has tanned and my hands have tanned. I think this is a really good color for me, so I don't want to get rid of it, but at the same time I think I should get rid of it because it's so old. This I wasn't really monitoring, like measuring and stuff. The Elf Hydrating Lip Balm, I think it's called, I don't know. This is in Happy. I don't like it. It's a bit beat up because I have been using it. I think you can see how much I've used. There's not really a lot left. There's really nothing left. You should just use it up, put it somewhere and use it mindfully. But I don't know, I don't really like using coloured lip balms with my babies because I like to obviously give them loads of cuddles and kisses, and I don't want to get like coloured lip balm or lipsticks all over them. So I don't really use lip products when just like that, and I feel like I should, to try and use up some stuff. This is still going strong. I still have loads of this Dip Brow Anastasia Dip Brow left, but when I do makeup, whether it's new or old, I predominantly use this to try and finish that up. I have quite a bit of this left. This is the EX1 Pure Crush Mineral Powder in 7, and I do quite like that. And then I got the Becca bronzer. I think I hit pan on this. Yep, I hit pan on this, so I want to keep it and try and use it. This is still going strong. There's not a lot left. If I actually did my makeup every single day for probably a month or so, this would be finished. And then I got these two. I think I've used them one time when I did my makeup, so they're gonna go back in the stash. This is the bronzer and the blush. They're not BDS friendly, by the way, so I'm not really talking about them. And then I got my Pat McGrath blurring powder, under eye powder. So the dome is almost gone on here. You can see it's like flattened. So I would like to continue using this, but I also do really like this powder, so I'm kind of like, do I let it finish or do I just, you know, keep it for only when I really want to use it? I got my two Pat McGrath concealers. You can see I think I've used half on this one, which is number 17, M17, because the line kind of comes down here, which I think is good for me, considering I have quite a few concealers. Well, not that many, but a few. And then for M18, the line's kind of like around here, and I use this more to spot correct than under eyes because it's more my face color and I want something slightly different for my under eyes. And the foundation itself has sat down for so long that it's separate. So you can see I've used half of the foundation, and again, I do really like that foundation and it's a good color for me during the summer, so I should try and use it. The actual eye pencil I think is got to go because there's really nothing left, and there's no point in trying when I have so many more that I could be using. And then this Elf Precision Liquid Liner, this is also going to go back into my stash because I still have so much of it left and it's fairly newly opened. I don't know about this Becca under eye, what is it? It's like an under eye primer, anti-fatigue under eye primer. Yeah, it is an under eye primer, there you go. So I have used this every time I've used some new makeup, and to be honest with you, like, I don't mind it, and it does actually kind of like fill in your fine lines and stuff, so it makes it look a lot smoother. But it also has that powdery kind of texture, so in some ways it does feel slightly drying too. So I'm in two minds of keeping this. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. I kind of want to keep it and try and use it up. Like I want to try and use up everything. But again, I have problems because I keep buying new makeup. So that's everything in my project pan in terms of makeup. In terms of my perfumes, I did make quite good progress on my Giorgio Armani C Passion. I think it's called Passion because I predominantly use that, but I can't really tell because the bottle's opaque and I haven't measured it, but it's still spraying, so there is still quite a lot in there, and the rest of it I haven't really used. In terms of skincare, I have used a couple of sheet masks and a couple of sample cleansers, but I haven't completed using all of everything. So again, I'm just gonna try and mindfully use it as much as possible. I'm going to probably put those in my normal empties. I'm not sure. I do have a little empty box that I'm thinking of putting my makeup and skincare empties aside separately and do it at the end of the year like I did last year, because I like to see what makeup I've used and I like to keep them because of like the recycling schemes. But I don't think I'll be doing the Look Fantastic recycling scheme anymore unless I want to buy something and don't mind having £5 off. Then I will do it. But now they change how you get the benefits, I'm not really gonna bother because I don't want to spend £25 to get £5 off all the time. Like for me, accumulating the points was so much more better, because then when something new comes out and I'm really excited to want to try it and buy it straight away, I would use my points. So I think that's everything I want to talk about in regards to my project pan. So yeah, this is the only video you're going to see about project pan this year, and what I plan to do is I've bought a couple of makeup bags recently. I think you'll see them in unboxings on shorts from Made by Mitchell, and they're really cute, so I want to utilize them. So what I'm thinking is putting a full face of makeup in each one and using my makeup that way, so I get the selection so I get a variety of makeup, as well as having easy access to it, because if it's in a makeup bag I can bring it to the bathroom, I can have it in the bedroom, I can have it, like, it doesn't have to be in this vanity that I have that's in the spare room. If you have any suggestions on how I should do this, let me know down below. I'm thinking maybe use some of those makeup bags I bought and put a selection of makeup in each one, and then I have some options and I don't have to stick to the same with like a makeup basket. I mean, with like a project pan, you know, you're constantly trying to finish that one product, and sometimes for me that's a bit boring as well. I get excited to use it more. So basically my low buy never happened this year, my no buy never happened this year, and my project pan isn't happening. So I'm gonna probably do a video about the low buy no buy situation at some point. And yeah, so I have come to the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up again and comment down below if you have any suggestions of what I should do. I know I should just stop buying makeup, but you can suggest that and it's not going to happen. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.
Flip it back.